The month of August is soon will be arrive, so let's see the top promising indie games that you can play in August 2025. Let's start with the beat-em-up game in Fallen City Brawl. The game draws heavily inspired from arcade classics like Streets of Rage and Final Fight. The game immerses players in a gritty urban setting where four strangers, Sergeant Clay, Rico, Natasha, and Iron Jackson, that join forces with a ferocious wolf to reclaim Fallen City's criminal underworld. Its deep combat system stands out, offering destructive combos, counters, air throws, grappling, parries, special moves like character-specific weapons. The game's promise is further elevated by its narrative of ambition and revenge, told through animated cutscenes and 7 diverse stages, each with unique enemies and interactive elements like weapons and breakable objects. Magic Inn is a charming tavern life simulator where you play as an exiled wizard-turned-innkeeper tasked with transforming a humble inn into a 5-star haven. The game blends cozy management sim elements with RPG depth, allowing players to customize menus, rooms, and staff while casting elemental spells to cook, clean, and serve guests. The game's promise lies in its immersive storytelling and strategic depth, where players can build friendships, trade with merchants, or use discreet tactics like bribing judges to secure a 5-star rating. Exploration extends to expeditions with adventuring parties, engaging in turn-based card battles against monsters to gather rare items for crafting magical furniture. Lost Twins 2 stands out as a promising puzzle platformer due to its innovative gameplay mechanics and enchanting presentation. The game's signature sliding puzzle mechanic allows players to manipulate the environment by shifting tiles, creating new paths for siblings Abby and Ben to reunite, which adds a fresh twist to traditional platforming. The game's visual and auditory design further elevates its promise, drawing inspiration from Studio Ghibli's whimsical aesthetic. Its meticulously crafted art style combines soft, painterly backgrounds with simplified, memorable characters and fluid animations, creating a visually stunning world that feels alive and immersive. Break Arts 3 is shaping up to be a highly promising addition to the mech customizing action genre, building on the legacy of its predecessors with enhanced features and innovative gameplay. The game redefines the series by moving beyond traditional racing to become an all-encompassing robot competitive sports experience. Its core strength lies in its incredibly deep customization system, allowing players to craft unique robots with unprecedented freedom. The game features stunning graphics with a sleek, futuristic aesthetic reminiscent of titles like Zone of the Enders and Tron, paired with a robust photo mode for capturing creations. Bendy Lone Wolf is a compelling addition to the Bendy franchise, rebranding and expanding on Boris and the Dark Survival with a fresh take on survival horror. Players control Boris the Wolf, scavenging for supplies, crafting weapons, and battling grotesque cartoon enemies like the Dark Puddles creatures using timed attacks and strategic traps. The relentless pursuit of the Ink Demon adds a thrilling cat-and-mouse dynamic, requiring stealth and quick thinking to survive. This overhaul introduces polished mechanics, new content, and a proper narrative conclusion, unlike its predecessor's Endless Loop, while retaining the series' signature rubber hose cartoon aesthetic. Whisper of the House stands out with its warm, pixel art aesthetic and delightfully tactile organizing gameplay. As a 2D isometric sim, it lets you unpack, arrange, and personalize every corner of cozy homes using hundreds of interactive furniture pieces, each item hiding its own little surprise, like a rubber ducky that squeaks or a book that reveals a secret note. The intuitive placement and rotation controls make decorating feel deeply satisfying, turning chores into creative challenges. Beyond its relaxing core loop, Whisper of the House weaves in narrative depth through its cast of residents and their hidden stories. Helping neighbors move in, you'll uncover personal mementos that spark unexpected twists. Tiny Bookshop enchants with its pastel-hued seaside setting and hand-drawn lo-fi charm. You leave city life behind to roll into Bookshop by the sea in your tiny trailer, stocked with second-hand books and curious trinkets. Each morning you set up shop in idyllic spots, from the docks to the lighthouse overlook. Then welcome a trickle of friendly locals seeking everything from mystery thrillers to children's fairy tales. Beneath its calm surface, Tiny Bookshop weaves in layers of satisfying management and exploration. Decorating your shop with plants, candles, and found curios not only makes the space your own, but shapes customer moods and sales. The girl from Arkanya dazzles with its lush, handcrafted pixel art and a sense of boundless discovery at every turn. From the moment you guide Marissa into Amazonia's sun-dappled jungles, each of the 7 diverse zones feels alive. The game's 2D top-down action RPG mechanics are satisfyingly tight. 15 unique tools let you carve new paths through dense undergrowth, solve terrain-bending puzzles, and unleash combos on jungle beasts. But it's the heartwarming bond between Marissa and her capybara sidekick Copy that elevates the adventure from charming to unforgettable. Swapping between the two, it's central to overcoming obstacles that would stump lone treasure hunters, and it encourages creative teamwork whether you're solo or in local co-op. Artis Impact charms with its blend of retro-inspired pixel art and hand-drawn comic flourishes, creating a visual style that feels both nostalgic and refreshingly original. You step into a post-apocalyptic future as Arkanya, exploring carefully crafted maps that seamlessly balance dark ruins and cozy hideaways. The turn-based combat is elegant yet accessible. Every attack, spell, and tactical swap between Arkanya and her AI buddy bot unfolds with satisfying clarity. Beyond the battlefield, Artis Impact surprises with its slice-of-life heart. You can decorate and expand your own safe haven, pick up part-time gigs to earn extra croquettes, or unwind with simple activities, like soaking in a spa that doubles as a community hub. Sword of the Sea feels like riding a dreamscape as much as a game. At its heart is the Hover's Word, a marvel that blends the flow of a surfboard, skateboard, and snowboard into one seamless instrument of movement. Every carve across the undulating dunes of the necropolis builds momentum, lets you pull off gravity-defying flips, and sparks visceral joy in mastering its physics. You awaken as the Wraith, tasked with resurrecting a buried ocean and rekindling life in a desolate world. Each surge of emerald water you unleash transforms the environment and breathes life back into long silent ruins, forging a spiritual bond between movement and renewal. Ovis Loop stands out as an action roguelite that gives pairing fluid and handcrafted pixel animations with a deep skill deck system. You embody a robotic sheep armed with a sci-fi greatsword, slicing through waves of wolf enemies in a rhythm of momentum and precision. Each fallen foe drops upgradable skills you can download, heavily modify, and combine into custom decks, turning every run into a fresh experiment in combo optimization. Underneath the combat, the game weaves a compelling mystery. After a betrayal by Dr. Wolf, your guardian AI loses its memory and is reborn as a cyber sheep, hungry to unearth hidden fragments of its past. Aztec's The Last Sun stands out as a sprawling city builder that challenges you to master economic, military, and religious systems in one of history's most fascinating civilizations. You'll guide the rise of Tenochtitlan on the marshy islet of Lake Texcoco, engineering intricate production chains to feed and clothe your people while carving canals and reclaiming land for grand temples and bustling marketplaces. Strategic depth comes from balancing your economy with a standing army and the ever-looming need to perform human sacrifices, each offering crucial favors from the gods that can turn the tide in times of crisis. Abyssus promises a fresh spin on the FPS genre with its brine-punk aesthetic, plunging players into an ancient sunken civilization powered by a mysterious substance known as brine. The game blends fast-paced arena-style shooting with roguelite progression. You'll explore 64 handcrafted levels interwoven with procedurally generated sequences. The game's atmospheric brine-punk aesthetic that inspired by BioShock and Doom, combined with its responsive combat and rich world building, further elevates its appeal. The lush yet haunting gardens biome and the abandoned temple that showcased in demos immerse players in a mysterious underwater kingdom with secrets to uncover. The Scouring reinvents classic real-time strategy with a bold hybrid twist. It's part RTS and part action RPG. You command humans or orcs in fast-paced battles where base building, resource management, and spell-slinging collide with nighttime survival mechanics. The real curveball is hero mode, where you control a single powerhouse unit, dive into dungeons, collect gear, and unleash devastating abilities while the AI handles your army. This hybrid approach allows for fast-paced, strategic battles with up to 8 players in multiplayer skirmishes or co-op, supported by features like dynamic destruction, unit placement on buildings, and defense against undead waves at night. Whisper Mountain Outbreak plunges up to 4 players into the fog-shrouded slopes of Mount Aztec in 1998, where a botched mining operation has unleashed an ancient curse. In this isometric co-op PvE survival horror, you'll explore claustrophobic hospitals, abandoned camps, and subterranean ruins in search of clues to escape the whispering madness. Scavenge scarce resources, solve escape room puzzles, and battle waves of nightmarish monsters using melee weapons like baseball bats or upgradable firearms. The game's 2.5D aesthetic, combining 2D pixel art characters with 3D low-poly environments, creates a claustrophobic, retro-inspired atmosphere reminiscent of Resident Evil on Game Boy Advance. So that is the video. Which game that interests you and straight into your wishlist? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.